Cheers. Today's video we're going to have a little look at illness. So let's start by saying I am not a medical doctor. However, since graduating in law, I've spent 25 years studying health and well-being. So I have an understanding of aspects of healthcare that it certainly isn't taught in medical school. I've travelled the world studying with experts in complementary healing, and some of these things, the understanding of the mind-body relationship, of life force, of even things like the endocannabinoid system, of psychoneuroimmunology, the mind-body relationship, not necessarily widely understood by medical doctors. Some medical doctors are. You get people like Dr. Chatterjee, who came to fame with the BBC TV's Doctor in the House programme, who has privately studied many aspects of healthcare because he admits himself that they were not taught at all in medical school. Things like nutrition, things like understanding the importance of vitamin D. So we're going to have a look at illness today. A little look at illness. This is just for entertainment purposes, of course. I'm not trying to diagnose or treat any illnesses. You go and see your doctor for that sort of stuff. One of the things I came across at the start of my healing journey many years ago was Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. That's the title, isn't it? You Can Heal Your Life. Wow. And I remember getting a copy of the book from the library, and there was a sticker on it that said 250,000 copies sold. You get the book now, it's something like 25 million copies sold. At the time, the section on health and well-being in the library, there was like this many books. And now you go to Braintree and there are three rows of them. So this subject has expanded massively in the last 25 years. And our understanding of healthcare has expanded massively. However, if you go to, in the UK, the NHS, they're still using methods very much similar to how they were 25 years ago. There hasn't been a lot of progression. That's essentially drugs. Of course, doctors are licensed. They're licensed to prescribe pharmaceutical medicines. The healthcare industry was taken over by the Rockefellers in America, and that method of healthcare has really expanded all over the world. This is drug-based treatment. Now, there are times when drugs are life-saving and so useful, absolutely so useful, but they do have side effects, and the adverse reactions to drugs cause untold deaths and illness. In actual fact, in America, it's said to be the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. It's actually medicine itself. They call it iatronic, which means death by medicine, which is quite something, isn't it? But sometimes it can be extremely useful and very valuable. But there are other methods. What are the other methods used by medicine? The scalpel. Someone has cancer, we'll cut it out, we'll get rid of it. Does it always solve the problem? Sometimes it does, doesn't it? Sometimes it's life-saving and the most useful thing to do. Sometimes it doesn't, though, because the problem hasn't actually been addressed. And another method of treatment used in Western healthcare is radiation therapy. So let's move on. What is illness? Dis-ease. It means you are not at ease, you are not in harmony. So anything we can do to return that balance of harmony will promote healing and health. This is a very basic principle. Again, it seems that well understood by the NHS and mainstream healthcare. What did Hippocrates say, the father of medicine in the West? He said, let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. So let's start by looking at this aspect of illness. Many forms of illness and disease are metabolic. This means they are related to food factors, often deficiencies of food. Linus Pauling, who twice won the Nobel Prize, what did he know about science, eh? He said you can trace every disease, every sickness and every ailment to a mineral deficiency. Now our soils have been raped by nutrients, and the farmers will often only put 3 minerals back on the soil. That's so anything actually grows, NPK. However, we have a need for much more minerals in our diet, and we need to get these minerals back through supplementation, through superfoods. It's very important that we do this. If you eat a balanced diet, then good luck if you think you're getting enough minerals. Maybe if you're remineralizing your soil you are, but it's very difficult to do so. You want to know how? You get an advanced blood test or DNA analysis. This will tell you, hair analysis possibly, will tell you about mineral deficiencies. Of course, we need vitamins, we need enzymes. We're talking about fresh food. That's how you get your enzymes, unless you supplement with a digestive enzyme, metabolic enzyme supplement, which I am doing at the moment, but I have lots of fresh food. We need protein, fat, carbohydrate, and fibre. We need the phytonutrients. We need sunlight. Talking about vitamin D. It's not just vitamin D in the sunlight, of course. Life force that we need. We need adequate water. What did Dr. Batmanajali said? He said, you are not thirsty. He said, you are thirsty. He said, you are not ill, you are thirsty. His fantastic book, Your Body's Many Cries for Water. These are metabolic factors. A lot of illness is simply based on dehydration. I'm not saying all illnesses, of course I'm not. Are you getting enough good, clean water? So illness can be related to the fact that we're not getting enough nutrients, or the fact that we're eating the wrong foods. Some people actually have allergies or reactions to certain foods. We're not meant to be eating certain foods that people are consuming in vast quantities. Cooked animal fats, trans fats. Some people have intolerances to gluten, possibly to the glycophates that are sprayed on the food, the pesticides, the herbicides, the E numbers, the artificial additives that are put in food. People are having reactions to. These are metabolic illnesses. Also linked to toxin-related illness. Okay, so you get these 2 real pillars of illness: the metabolic, food factors, and toxin-related illness. Our environment is so toxic and growing more toxic all the time. Think of the microplastics that people are consuming. Fire retardants that are put on sofas and carpets. As I mentioned, pesticides, herbicides, genetically modification. What's this doing to us? There's no long-term testing on it, as there are on other things that I'm not permitted to talk about on YouTube, because they'll ban my channel if I do mention such things that are not fully safety tested. What can you do about it? You can detox. We did a whole episode on detox. A lot of information about it. Why am I drinking this water with charcoal in it? Lemon, MSM, zeolite, grapefruit seed extract. Why am I drinking it? Because it's really helping to clean my system. You use lemon as a cleaner. You can use it internally as well. Grapefruit seed extract is used as a cleaner, as an antibiotic. You can use it internally as well to really help detoxify. Charcoal. Why is charcoal used as a filter? To filter out toxins. Okay? Silver. We have got coated silver that we take. Why is silver used as a cleansing agent? Cups and things. Why people use silver? Because it has this effect of naturally detoxifying. So these are things you might want to look into. Okay? How do I really up my food factors to have super nutrients? And how do I avoid some of the things? I'm recording this in January, Veganuary. You know, maybe cut down on some of those, certainly cooked animal fats. And as much as you can, go organic. Try and have food that's fresh, so you're getting those enzymes in you. Okay? Fruit, ideal food to have. These healthy foods that are going to assist that detoxification process. Why? Because they're very high in antioxidants. The clue is in the name. What does it do? Antioxidant. It stops the oxidization, the free radical damage from the body. Superfoods, right? some antioxidant foods, wild blueberries, one of the highest, cacao. I've got my lemon drink here. General fruits and vegetables, very high in these wonderful foods. So this is one aspect of health. Another aspect of health that I've studied for many, many years is the interaction of aspects of our lives. We have a body, we have emotions, we have a mind. We are not the body, we are not the emotions, we are not the mind. We are the indwelling spirit, we are the spirit soul, the eternal infinite. When the body dies, the soul does not, it continues on its journey. We are that infinite, and this ultimately is the removal of all illness and suffering. It is to remember who we are, the infinite one, infinite love, joy and wisdom. But that energy, that spirit soul interacts through our chakra system, through our energetic body, through the mind, emotions and into the physical cells. So if we only look to treat illness on one level, doctor, I'm ill, and then you have a pill and you think it's going to make you better, well, it might, but the side effects from that pill might mean you then need this pill and this pill and this pill. Do you know anyone like that? It takes so much medication, and sometimes they take medication for the side effects of the other medication, etc., etc., and so it continues. This can happen. This is a real thing happening to many, many people. Look at antibiotics. Look at this absolute crisis we have of antibiotic resistance going on in the world right now. Not just in humans, but the animals that are given so many antibiotics to cope with the appalling conditions that they live within. Well, there is another way, there is a better way, and we can live it. Looking at the interaction of body, mind, medicine, Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, is a classic, and there's other work on it. So I had an ear problem about a year ago, and it was causing me a lot of discomfort, a lot of pain, and also difficulty in my work, music producing. So I looked at various remedies that I could use to help this, and I came across the affirmation and the teaching of Louise Hay. If you have earache, people often say, what aren't you hearing? What don't you want to hear? Sometimes this is a great challenge to our lives. What do you mean? But there's an answer, and this answer came in one way of my healing journey, which was through this positive affirmation. Let me read it to you. I am in the center of love. Harmony surrounds me. I am willing to listen to everything that is good and pleasant. I trust my higher self. I listen to my inner voice with love. I release and let go of everything that is not love. And I wrote these words out and I pinned them on the wall. And every day I could look at them and I'd say the words. So it's a wonderful thing you can do to center and align your mind through affirmations, through meditation practice, through positive thinking. Thoroughly recommend that you do it. You incorporate these practices into your daily life. Have a positive affirmation by your bed, or a book of affirmations that you can read. The morning, just after rising and just before you fall asleep, impressing upon the subconscious mind these positive thoughts. Look at practices that harmonize your energetic system. So finally, I just want to talk a little bit about viruses. Now obviously this video is going out on YouTube, and I believe the current policy of YouTube is that you are only allowed to say things that are aligned to World Health Organization policy regarding certain things. If you say anything that is against what the World Health Organization says, then your channel can be completely removed, which is astonishing censorship times we live within. So I'll just say a few things. One thing the World Health Organization says, you don't often hear many people talking about it, certainly not world governments, is that processed meat is a level 1 carcinogen. So you don't hear much about that, do you? How many people die from cancer? A lot more than are dying from something else that's getting a lot of publicity. But the Contagion myth by Dr. Tom Cowan, that's an interesting book. And also Virus Mania by Dr. Sam Bailey. You'll be able to find these books if you want to look into this germ theory versus terrain theory, which is a very interesting aspect of health. Where is illness coming from? Is it coming from viruses? Is it coming from toxicity? Inner toxicity? Is it coming from an environmental toxicity? So these are fascinating things to explore. Your body will naturally heal. It's amazing. You've got amazing self-healing ability. We've got to help it along the way. And modern medicine is incredible and has made amazing advances. But I tell you what, in the UK, the NHS don't have all the answers. They certainly don't. They don't have all of the knowledge. They don't have all of the knowledge of a herbalism of 5,000 years. They don't have all of the knowledge of homeopathy. They don't have all of the knowledge of Ayurvedic medicine. They don't have all the knowledge of acupuncture, of reflexology, of metamorphic technique, of chiropractic medicine, of osteopathy. They certainly don't have all of the knowledge of yoga going back 5,000 years, at least 5,000 years of study. And this understanding of the interconnection. They don't have all the knowledge of sound healing, of vibrational medicine. They don't have all the knowledge of the Bach flower remedies, of other vibrational medicine tools, flower essences. They don't have all of the knowledge of using crystals. They don't have all of the knowledge of using colour. There are many, many methods to heal and help take us out of illness and into health, wholeness and well-being. So friends, namaste. I honour the divine within you. This is really my message for today. You are the soul, you are the spirit soul, one with the divine. And in that is the journey of healing, in that is the journey of well-being. God bless you. Cheers.